Here we go. You've read about him. You have heard all the rumors. So here now, direct from the studios of the Lighter Than Air Ministries in Cotati, California, stepping to the microphone, may I introduce to you the good chaplain, Chaplain Dennis Keith Hale.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Chaplain Dennis Keith Hale, and I'm coming to you today for a special edition of Smoke Rings. Where do they go, those smoke rings I blow each night? There's a question for you. You know, every time this ministry finds something wonderful, it turns out that it's an exceptional person. American exceptionalism is actually not about the nationalistic pursuits of our country. There is American exceptionalism that's right here amongst us, with the people we know. A close friend of mine's mother died, 93 years old, passing away on the same day of her birth, 93 years later. Same time, I understand, as well. Nature is wonderful. It acts in very strange ways. Sometimes we have to act forcefully to get it to do what we want. But when we need to, where there's a will, there is a way. Our ministry started in 1993, and since then, it's truly been a faith-based organization in that we have the faith to carry on without any resources, but just with exemplary people. Our mission for so long was with the terminally ill, creating music for those who were reaching the end and needed a soundtrack for their final moments, for that final event of their life. So many of them, to embrace that, were exceptional people, willing to try something, willing to have a product to put in the hands of the people who were going to mourn them. It's been great. Legalization of marijuana is coming up. Our ministry has used marijuana. We paired marijuana with music almost from the get-go in Mexico, because we found that both of them have this wonderful vocabulary to the spirit. They are able to speak in terms of something within us, in that jargon which only your inner self can appreciate. Exemplary people are sometimes Christian, but moreover just thoughtful people who, deep in their own thoughts and soul and belief, do what's best every day of their life. So with Lenore's passing, we've lost one less exemplary person, but another one's being raised somewhere right around us, being homeschooled perhaps, taught about the important elements of life. One of the important elements of life is our new ministry, and that's our 7-minute miracle. The power of music, behold the power of music. It is so wonderful. And when you pair it with marijuana, you get a super session of thoughts. Everything soaring through your body takes on a different characteristic and allows an exemplary clarity. It allows you to look deep into what's going on within your inner spirit. It's usually good too. Anyways, I want to remind everyone too that this ministry is dedicated to a very wonderful, exemplary person. When I first started doing this in 1993, the words of, I guess you'd call him my mentor in many ways, the Reverend William Sloane Coffin. And I'd just like to read his quote, if I may, to you, because I like to share this whenever I can, so please. Love measures our stature. The more we love, the bigger we are. There's no smaller package in all the world than a man all wrapped up in himself. Quote, Reverend William Sloane Coffin. Exemplary people are never wrapped up into their self. Exemplary people move forward, have ideas and impressions that they just have to unleash. And more than one has told me that the golden rule, to do unto others, was their basis, a good starting place. I'm Chaplain Dennis Keith Hale. Thank you again for joining us tonight on Smoke Rings, and we'll be back on Thursday for our regular program, The Spiritual Side of Cannabis. Thanks again. Good night.
Thank you for listening to our weekly moment of reflection and celebration. On behalf of this ministry of service, the Lighter Than Air Ministries, we say thank you for listening. Please join us again next week. Good night, and may you go with grace.